Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is time for episode 15 of our Formula 1 24 driver career mode. If you guys aren't already, be sure to smash that subscribe button. We got a bunch of new subscribers after the last video, and we're looking to build on that momentum. So if you're not already, be sure to subscribe, drop a like on the video if you like it, and let me know in the comments what you guys think. Now, I just want to apologize quickly because this episode is supposed to be the Canadian Grand Prix, but I ran into some technical difficulties. I was recording it, then my game crashed, and then I tried recording it again, and my storage reached full capacity, and it kind of messed up the video file. It was very hard to try and edit, so I just figured to skip it and head over to the Austrian Grand Prix. Now, it wasn't that great of a race anyways, so I promise you guys, you're not missing out on too much. We finished outside the points once again. Second race in a row now that we have not scored any points, and Nico Hulkenberg outperformed us. But we are here for our second secret meeting with VCarb. Now, the last time we met with them, we did decide to continue talks just to see where it went, really. I wasn't sure. I haven't experienced any of this before, so I think VCarb was a team we could consider, and I just wanted to see what the next step was. So the way things look here is that they kind of just reveal more information to us as we continue talking to them, but after reviewing, I don't think it's really worth ruining our team recognition for what I consider to be a sidestep to VCarb. Now we got some in-house items that we need to take care of. We got the upgrades, of course, and then we did set a bunch of goals for the next race. Now, none of the upgrades came through, I believe, so we're going to be heading in to the Red Bull Ring with the same card that we had in the last race. And on top of that, it is our first sprint race of the season, so we're gonna do it how it's done in real life. We're gonna have sprint qualifying, then we're gonna do the sprint race, and then I'll hop back on the post commentary for qualifying, and then back into the actual commentary for the Grand Prix. But we are here on our first flying lap, and I'm not sure what to expect. The AI is usually really good at this track. I know in F1 23 I would usually struggle here relative to my performance on the other tracks because the AI were pretty strong here. I'm not sure where we're currently sitting right now because this is our first lap. We went out a little bit later, and for the sprint quali, you get one set of tires per session. Now, this is something I think they should fix in F1 25. It's something I've kind of been wanting since I've started playing the game, but the AI, they don't really, make mistakes, and there's definitely no shunts in qualifying. So really what you're able to do is kind of just wait until the very end of the session. You go out on a fresher set of tires, you get more rubber laid down on the track for you. You just go out last and you put up the best lap you can, pretty much giving you the best advantage possible. But if they fix what I'm asking, then I'd have to go out early to set a lap before anything kind of happens, but we're able to get into SQ2 pretty easily. And now we're sitting in P15 once again because we're doing the same thing. We haven't put up a lap yet. Everyone has gone out and put up that flying lap, and as we head into turn 3 here. I don't know why this is turn 3, should be turn 2, but I think everyone agrees on that. We got a personal best, no purple sectors. It is dry conditions. Now we will have wet qualifying and a wet race, but the sprint race is pretty much dry, so best of both worlds. This is a track I really wish was not raining in because very, very fun, lots and lots of overtakes, lots of action. And the rain kind of mitigates that just a little bit. But as we head through Sector 2, another personal best, of course, because it's our first lap. And we're here at the end of the session. The other drivers have already set their lap, I believe. So we're going to see here where we end up through the final corner, just keeping it nice and tight, just within track limits. And we crossed that line with a purple sector 3 and a 105.2 to put us up into P3. Now, we had a discussion about this in the comments after the last video, and you notice here, I am not using the overtake mode, so that is on raw pace, and I just want to check the difficulty to make sure that, you know, like, I'm getting this P3, but the other drivers actually were out on their final lap, so we dropped down into P10, knocking out Nico Hulkenberg to get into SQ3, and we are here for our final lap. And like I said, once again, we're out, the last car out. The other cars this time actually have put up their lap, or they're on their lap right now, and once they cross the line, that is what is going to count. So green sector 1 doesn't really mean much. Once again, we dropped the fuel load down this time, and no overtake, so I wonder what our performance would be like if we did activate that overtake. But we're trying to keep it a little bit fair here, because apparently the AI do not use overtake during qualifying, which is a little weird. They definitely should patch that, because you got so much extra battery. Like, we're 3/4 through the lap, and we still got 73% battery left in the tank, so definitely could have utilized it a lot more to improve on the lap time, and I did do that in the previous races. But once I became aware of this, I figured might as well just do it so we get a little bit more of a realistic result, and we're not in that situation where we're just getting overtaken in the first few laps of the race. But we crossed the line in SQ3, and we are gonna be in P9, which is really good. Once again, we get to Q3. I think it's 3 out of 5 races now that we've gotten into Q3. We out-qualify our rival, George Russell, by just over a tenth of a second. But let's get into the sprint race, and let's see if we can keep that P9 and maybe even get into P8 to score some points in this sprint race. Once again, I apologize for the lack of a Canadian GP. But we are here for our first sprint race of the season, and we qualify very strong once again. Coming off some poor qualifyings in the last 2 races, we've seemed to find our form here at the Red Bull Ring, and we out-qualify our rival, as you can see there with the blue tick beside his name, our rival, George Russell. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to hold him. There is a lot of action at this track, at least in the games. I'm pretty sure in real life too, but I don't remember exactly how this year's race went besides the Verstappen-Norris thing. Anyways, back into this race. Not sure if Russell will be able to stay behind me, or if I can keep Russell behind me more so. But we're going to try our best here. We've got to get into P8 to get into the points, so that is the goal. But we got 12 laps here, all on the medium tires, and we have not warmed up our tires at all, which is not good. I'm trying to warm them up, but not doing much. Actually seems to be dropping in temperature. Let's get on the line here and see what we could do in our first sprint race. All right, here we go for sprint race number 1 in our rookie season. We got 5 red lights, and the Red Bull Ring sprint race is underway, and we're going to get a decent run off the line, but Stroll gets a much better run off the line. We're going to go around the outside here, lots of traffic, and we actually overtake Alonso and Stroll as well. We get that place back. We're up into P8 now. Sainz and Perez going side by side down to turn 3. Gonna brake a little bit early here. Don't want to get caught in the traffic. Don't want to get squeezed on the inside there. But we are now trying to hold this position as we are sitting in the points. We got to manage our battery a little bit, but not as much as the race, because now we got 12 laps only in this one, so we're going to be able to utilize it a little bit more. But I think we might have to go on defense here. We're going to have to see what happens with Perez and Sainz. I'm not sure how our pace is relative to the other cars, so we'll see here. I feel like our tires will fall off a little bit quicker than theirs just because we're in a worse car. But so far, we are holding up. We're in the slipstream of Carlos Sainz, or the dirty air, whichever way you want to look at it. Let's see here. We're going to turn on that battery. Try and stay within DRS range of Carlos Sainz, and we will get DRS here as it has been activated this lap. So we're going to use that here. Now I think we're in a DRS train already because Alonso is actually a little bit closer, but not close enough to go for a move. And we're just going to sneak in behind Carlos Sainz, and we're actually going to shove Alonso wide off the track, and he is going to pass us. Or is that, who is that? That's George Russell, is it? Yeah, that is George Russell. He manages to pass Alonso and Lance Stroll, so we're battling our rival here, trying to get some extra brownie points. Alonso is in this battle as well. It might just be a defensive masterclass needed from us here today. And we've dropped Alonso by 2 seconds, as I think he's going toe-to-toe with George Russell right now. So they probably got caught up in a little bit of a fight as we run wide into turn 1. And now I think we could kind of just hold on here. Let's see if Alonso and Russell are able to separate from themselves. If they do, then we might have to keep an eye over our shoulder. And hopefully they don't catch up here. But we are keeping up with Carlos Sainz and Sergio Perez, which is really good. We are very quick in Sector 3. I think we take a lot more of an aggressive line through turns 9 and 10. And we're able to close in there and keep ourselves within DRS range. Oh, we got a yellow flag out. Someone's going slow up front. And that is Lewis Hamilton, who loses his engine. And he's not getting out of the... Okay, no, he did get out of the way. Why is he rejoining the circuit? Lewis Hamilton blows out his engine, rejoins the circuit. He's parked up on the side now. Are we going to have a VSC? I'm not sure. But I will take that as we now move up to P7. So that's an extra point for us. And we are probably going to be looking at some not serious points. I guess for Haas, it would be serious points because we haven't scored points in a few races. And I did really exceed expectations in the first 2 races. So it's going to be good here if we can get 2 points up on the board. And there's a chance here that we can get Carlos Sainz as well, as he's fallen out of DRS range of the drivers up front. But I think he's going to get it back here because they are battling for position as Carlos Sainz pushes us a little wide. I see a piece of a front wing that looked like a papaya wing. So one of the McLarens might have some damage here. There is a yellow flag out now. Is someone going slow once again? Maybe another position for us to take, and we've all now caught up to the front of the pack. So another DRS train might be starting here. I should have attacked Carlos Sainz a little bit harder, because then we would have been protected with DRS from Sergio Perez. But we're going to have to battle through it here. I'm surprised we're able to keep up right now. Oh my god, it's the second time I almost did that. We got a chance here to get past Carlos Sainz or Sergio Perez. We're going to grab the toe off him, see if we can go for a dive bomb down the inside here. Oh, keep it nice and tight. A little bit of a lockup, but we get right past Sergio Perez. And he's going to be battling us all the way down to turn 4. We're using all the battery that we got left in the tank. Lando Norris doesn't have DRS either, so we might be able to go for a dive bomb on him, late on the brakes. We get the elbows out, make a little bit of contact, but we've gotten 2 spots here as we approach the last lap. We need to get back in DRS range of Carlos Sainz, otherwise we're going to be a sitting duck down the straight. Carlos Sainz manages to get through as well, and there's a potential chance here to get into P4. If we get back into DRS range, we're going to have to go for a move, probably into turn 3, as here we go on to the last lap. And we're going to get DRS on him here. I think Lando Norris and Sergio Perez are going to battle it out. Well, let's see. I don't think Carlos Sainz has DRS, so we've got to make a push. Oh, crap, we go wide. No! But we're not able to get a good exit out of turn 3. Lando Norris now is creeping behind us, trying to get that position back that we stole from him on the last lap. And now he's trying to take it from us on this last lap of the race. Can he get it? Let's see here. We just got to play some defense. I don't think we're going to get Sainz, so we got to protect this P5. This is going to be pretty big points for the team, for myself as well. We haven't scored points since, I believe it was Jeddah, where was the last time we scored points? Maybe the race after that? Yeah, we didn't score points in Monaco. So it was Jeddah the last time we got points, but we are going to get points here today. It is going to be a P5. Beautiful sprint race. Beautiful. Started in P9. Moved up 4 spots to finish P5. Let's see if we can repeat this in the Grand Prix. But if we want to have a good Grand Prix, we're going to have a good qualifying here. And we're back with the post commentary here in Q1. That sprint race went pretty well. We got some good points for the team. We outperformed Hulkenberg once again. And we're going to be trying to do that here in qualifying. Now, he does have the upper hand on us right now, but we still got maximum 2 more sessions after this. Depends how we do in Q1, obviously, and then Q2. But we're sitting in a pretty good position to get ourselves through into Q2. We're obviously going to have to improve on this lap just a little bit, but we got a little bit of a cushion, specifically with Ricardo and Alex Albon. I'm not sure who's in the bottom 5 right now, but it seems everything is falling into order. I don't think there's any wild cards down there that can potentially knock us out of qualifying. The second flyer, though, we're not improving it too much, not even a tenth of a second. We're right on the break-even point pretty much, but after turn 8, we get up to a tenth, just over a tenth of a second. Hulkenberg, not sure what his time is. Stroll, for reference, is sitting at a 105.4. And this is our one and only lap, I believe, in Q1. And we put up a purple Sector 1 with the 105.4. And that will be good enough to get us into Q2. So I think Hulkenberg is going to join us as well here in Q2. But now the wet weather that I mentioned at the start of this video is starting to come in. We put up our first lap on the inters, gets us into P11, which isn't great. We got to get into the top 10 if we want to make it into Q3. Now, once again, we go out very late in Q2 here with just 24 seconds left on the clock. And something that I've noticed here is that the rain is stopping a little bit. It was raining a lot more during the first half of Q2, but as you can see, as the laps progress, with the last one out, we have a beautiful strategy call here, putting ourselves out last. We do that every session anyways, but let's just call it a good strategy call. And we are 2 seconds up on that previous lap. We got a green Sector 1, purple Sector 2, Hulkenberg currently sitting in P10, Verstappen in P11, not anymore though, as we cross the line with the fastest time in Q2, just a pure strategy call. Verstappen is out. We knock him out. We also knock out Nico Hulkenberg. Once again, I don't think he's made it into Q3 this season, and I would like to keep it that way because he's got the recognition on us within the team right now. We probably should be ahead of him if we didn't take those meetings with VCarb and Kick Sauber at the start. Actually, we denied that, so that wouldn't affect us. So if we didn't take that meeting with VCarb at the start of the season, we probably would be ahead of him in terms of team recognition. But we did accept the meeting, set us back a bit, and we're looking to claw our way back to get a powerful hold on the team. Now we are here in Q3. Our first lap, not great. We're still stuck in P10. We put up a 106.3. The track was still a little bit damp. We did go out on the slicks, but now the track has really dried up, and you can see that we are improving very drastically on this final lap. If we can get past Stroll, even Oscar Piastri, I doubt that will happen though, but that would be great to start off this Grand Prix. We did have the pace in the sprint race to keep up with the front runners, so if we can get a good starting position here, will be very good for us. We have a monster lap. What? Oh, wow. And yeah, we qualify P10. It felt like a monster lap, but it wasn't. We weren't even close to Lance Stroll, but we're going to have to deal with that. P10 isn't bad at all. It seems to be like our almost average kind of starting position. We're just outside the points, so let's get into this Grand Prix and see if we can stay in the points. All right, so we got wet conditions for the first time this season in the race. So we're starting on the full wets here. We actually got moved up to P7 because Stroll, Sainz, Hamilton, and Verstappen are all taking engine penalties, it looks like, for this one. So we're going to get a few extra spots, but I guess the one downside to that is that Hulkenberg also gets a boost, as he's now starting right behind me as we kick him out of Q2. he still ends up right behind me. So hopefully we can keep him behind. We're going to try our very best here. I don't think we did too great the last time out. I was in the wets was, what was it? I think it was F2 at Great Britain, I think. And I don't think we did very well there. So hopefully our wet weather driving has gotten better since that point. But we're going to find out here. Starting behind Oscar Piastri. I was hoping for a dry race because we actually had really good pace in the dry. We were able to keep up with the front runners and then get some spots. But now we're going to be battling in the wet here. However, it does say that it should get dry near the end of the race. So I think that might cause some mayhem in the pits. But we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Let's get on the grid here. Let's see what we can do in the wets. Alright, here we go. First wet weather race of the season here in Austria. We got 5 red lights, and the Austrian Grand Prix is underway. We're actually going to get a really good run off the line, and we're going to overtake Oscar Piastri going down into turn 1, and we're wheel to wheel with Charles Leclerc. We're just taking it nice and easy through these first few corners here. Use the battery a little bit just so we don't get overtaken by Daniel Ricciardo and Oscar Piastri, who are trying to get a move done on us here. We're just going to dive right down the inside. So I think we're going to make a strategy call here. And Mark is telling us that we can, if we want, go on to the intermediates. And now I see Sergio Perez up ahead has done that. And I think Hulkenberg pitted on the last lap to try and do that as well. So we're going to go and box this lap. And we are in the middle of a battle, though, with Oscar Piastri. As I think he is going to get past us. I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to see here if the other drivers decide to pit. Oh, gosh. I'm trying to get these intermediate tires ready, but I keep hitting the wrong button. As we fall now to P7, though. We did start in No, we did start in P7, so we haven't moved up or down anything yet. Really just losing a bunch of spots here, but here we go into the pits. It's gonna take it nice and easy. We are gonna box. Hopefully this pays off. It should not stop raining for at least the next few laps, so maybe we'll get a bit of an advantage on the intermediates. We did not achieve that goal set by Mark, so let's see. We're gonna go in and box here. Hopefully this pays off. We're gonna find out. The other drivers might be waiting for it to stop raining completely, just go straight to the softs, but hopefully the intermediates pay off here. So a bunch of drivers are pitting right now, but the question is, are they going on to intermediates or are they going on to slicks? Mark said it's getting drier. It's still raining though. So I'd be interested to see what these other drivers are doing. We move up into P8. We got Oscar Piastri behind us right now. And we're trailing Daniel Ricciardo and our teammate Nico Hulkenberg. So I think going on the intermediates a little bit early was probably a good call, because I think we're going to make up places. At the very least, we've made up some. And we're going to time our pit stop right now to get onto the slicks at a decent time, because the people who just pit now might have to pit again in the next few laps, and we were able to make up a lot of time by pitting early and getting onto the more preferred tire. And I need Hulkenberg here to hold up Ricciardo for me, because I'm struggling a little bit to get past. I haven't been able to exactly get right up to him in order to make a move. We have been keeping up though. Hulkenberg and Ricciardo going wheel to wheel down to turn 4, but looks like Ricciardo gets a little bit of an edge. He's gonna get the outside line, cool down his tires a little bit. They're still going wheel to wheel, but Hulkenberg is ultimately gonna fall back here. And now, are we gonna get team orders or anything? I'm definitely quicker than Hulkenberg. We've caught up to him already, and he pitted a while ago. Oh, come on, dude, don't hold me up. Team orders, man, let me pass. We're gonna go for it here. We have to, because he's holding us up right now. And I guess we didn't get any team orders, so we're free to fight here. Just keep it respectful. And we're gonna get past Nico Hulkenberg. I'm not sure if he's on the, or his tires are older. But now that I'm looking here, It's not raining. I don't see any raindrops, so we gotta be ready with those medium tires. Or should we go hard until the end? I think we gotta go hard if we pit right now to the end of the race. So let me just get those ready just in case. And wait for that DRS to get activated. I think it's gonna be soon. Yeah, I think we're gonna box. Our tires are overheating. The rears are getting way too hot right now, and we're starting to struggle at the end of the lap here. The lap times are getting quicker. We're gonna make an early call here, get into the pits now, and someone is trying to overtake me. I think that was Charles Leclerc. We're gonna make an early call. We're gonna box, and let's see if this pays off. Our tires were getting cooked out there, and it seems dry to me. We're gonna give it a shot here. We might get a little lucky with this strategy call. It's gonna give us an extra lap or so on the slick tires, and we're gonna have to push. After one lap, we got a triple yellow. We're a little bit slower, but we are gonna hit that point where it is gonna be quicker. I think in the next maybe 2 laps, we will have an advantage compared to the other drivers, and their tires must be burning. Ours were getting very, very burned as we put up a personal best here. So maybe it's looking good right now, actually. But the other drivers, like I said, the tires must be burning because our tires were really going. And that was a few laps ago. It's only getting drier at this point. Oh, DRS is enabled. Okay, here we go. I think some people are boxing right now. And I'm not sure if we built an advantage or not, though. We were struggling just a little bit to try and get an early jump on the slicks. Maybe if we went a lap later, it would have been absolutely perfect. But let's see here, as I think everyone is going to be boxing here. Oh my goodness, I think we're going to get a pretty good advantage here as we put up a purple sector 3. And we're gonna come out in, oh, it wasn't even worth it. We came out in P7 right where we started the race. Oh, we should have went a lap later, but I would say it was a pretty, you know, good shot or good risk that we took. Might as well have tried it and see where it went. But now we're at a little bit of a tire disadvantage as we got Oscar Piastri right behind us, or in front of us, sorry. And I'm not sure we're going to be able to overtake him, so we're going to have to see what we could do here. Try and stay within DRS range. Esteban Ocon out of the session. So maybe might be a safety car or something like that. As Oscar Piastri already starting to break away here. We got Max Verstappen who's going to overtake us here. And we fall down to P8. And yeah, we're not going to fight him. He's on fresher tires, a lot better of a car. And the strategy, crap, I really wish we put it a lap later because it would have been absolutely perfect, I think. I think we spent too long struggling in the damp conditions, and it kind of costed us. No, it didn't really cost us, but we were able to gain a lot of places back, I think. If we just stayed on course, we probably would have came out in around P12 or something like that, so not going to complain. Just going to put our head down here. Try and stay in front of Daniel Ricciardo and Nico Hülkenberg. But we're headed on to the final lap here. Not much to report in that second stint. We came out, we got overtaken by Verstappen and Piastri, which left us with Nico Hülkenberg right behind us. And then we just put the pedal to the metal, and we dropped him by 5.6 seconds. Hülkenberg has Sainz has overtaken Hülkenberg. Oh, whoops. Yeah, Sainz overtook Hülkenberg, and then Sainz is catching us, but he's going to run out of laps here, unfortunately, and we are going to get ourselves a tidy P8 as Lando Norris goes on to win the Austrian Grand Prix. Not really a surprise there. He's very good at this track. And we are going to get ourselves a P8, get ourselves 4 points, I believe. So we got 8 points on the weekend because we also scored 4 points in the sprint race. So that is absolutely fantastic for us. And yeah, Carlos Sainz, give him a few more laps and he probably would have caught us. But once again, we have a pretty decent strategy call. And we took advantage of this weekend big time as we crossed the line once again in P8. So I just realized that my camera was not on for the entirety of that race, I'm pretty sure. So sorry about that, but we get 8 points overall on the weekend. We got 4 points in the sprint race, 4 points in the Grand Prix to put us in P8 overall on the weekend. Nico Hulkenberg once again does not score any points for the team. I'm still holding all of the points for Haas. Now, George Russell, who is our rival, unfortunately, I don't know how he's our rival, but it is what it is. We did get the better of him in the sprint race, but he outperformed us in the Grand Prix, where everyone's pace truly comes out because it's a multiple stint race. You got to manage things and also changing conditions. So he gets the better of us, finishes in P2 actually, and that will keep us in P9 in the Drivers' Championship. We're 10 points behind Carlos Sainz, 15 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton. We're at the halfway point of the season now, so 5 races left. I still think Lewis Hamilton will pass us. If we could probably get away with a P10, I think, in the championship, that is probably the goal, unless Lance Stroll goes on an absolute tear in the back half of the season. And then in the Constructors' Championship, we're sitting in P6 behind Mercedes. With George Russell's last 2 races, I believe, they have taken a definitive spot in P5. We were definitely going to lose out on that battle anyways. But I think P6 here in front of the Alpine should be, I think, where we want to end up by the end of the season. And we are, like I said, going to lose out on that rivalry to George Russell. No surprise there. But it looks like we have... Is this a championship rivalry with Lance Stroll? And it looks like it's going to be the first person to reach an 81 overall rating who will come out on top. I'm not sure if this is just our new driver rivalry or if this is a championship rivalry, because we're right next to each other in the championship. And then we are going to get a bunch of XP, and we should get very close to a 79 overall, I think. Oh, look at that. 79 overall. Beautiful. 79 and like 1/3, maybe close to a half. Yeah, we got a bunch of points because we finished very well in the race. We got a few overtakes. We did lose out on a position, but I'm not going to blame myself for that. There were a bunch of drivers who had grid penalties, so they made their way from the back of the field. So the fact that we only lost 1 spot is pretty good, I would say. Then we're also going to get a little bit more recognition within the team after meeting with Toro Rosso, or V-Carb, sorry. After meeting with V-Carb, we lost a lot of that recognition. I think we were at 50-50, but now we have gained a little bit of that back since we dropped back down to 45, and now we're at a 48. But Nico Hulkenberg is still the team leader as it currently stands, even though I have all the points for the team and he has none. Doesn't really make sense to me, but I guess he has the experience at this time. However, guys, that is going to be it for this one. As you can see, we got another secret meeting, and it's probably going to be with a new team because we denied V-Carb, and it doesn't say there at the top that it's V-Carb, and then we also denied Kick after Jeddah, I believe. So maybe we'll get a meeting. I think it'll probably be with either Aston Martin or Alpine, one of those 2 teams. I hope it's not Williams, otherwise I'm going to be pretty upset. We have been doing very, very well this season for the car that we are in. But if you guys have watched up to this point, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you guys know when the next video is out and who the secret meeting is with, which is going to be the first thing we cover in the next video. But until then, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day, everyone.